Psychic Insights, where pop culture meets higher consciousness and the tea is always a little bit mystical. I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend, and around here we don't just watch the drama unfold, we read the energy behind it, whether it's celebrity scandals, reality TV, chaos, or true crime with a twist. I'm tuning in to bring you the intuitive scoop the headlines miss. So buckle up, because your aura's about to get entertained. Hello, it's me, Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend. And when Spirit calls, I had to jump on here and give you an episode. If you notice over here is a legal document. And oh my God, we're diving today into this emotional entanglement, legal action, and this karmic fallout. And it's the case of Laura Owens and Mike Marraccini, and filed in San Francisco Superior Court under a domestic violence prevention order. And this isn't about restraining orders or court dates. It's about what happens when someone tries to control a narrative, when the court system gets used as a weapon instead of a shield, and when the past refuses to stay buried. And yes, I pulled cards. And yes, this energy is intense. And yes, this is my spiritual insights. This is my opinions. So take it with a spiritual grain of salt. This woman gets on my last nerve. So let's get into what's actually happening and what Spirit would like us to know. I had to pull cards. I did. I'm like, what the actual heck is happening here? So if you've just tuned in and you don't know what's happening, who's Laura Owens? Why are you doing these things? I'm going to tell you a little bit about Laura. And if you're familiar, you know. Laura Owens first came into the public eye when she made headlines, went to the media accusing Clayton Echard, who was the star of The Bachelor. He was former Bachelor, and she accused him of getting pregnant with twins and abandoning her. And, some of us didn't believe that. She showed medical records. She refused that she refused. She said that he refused. God. She said that he, refused to take responsibility, and a lot of people did believe her. But then the truth started to unravel, and people uncovered fake ultrasounds, forged paperwork, fabricated text messages, and even screenshots that were manipulated. And the dating contract, oh God, don't even get me started. This just wasn't a messy breakup. It was a premeditated deception. And as a result, our friend Laura is facing 7 felony charges in Maricopa County, Arizona, including fraudulent schemes, forgery, perjury, and tampering with evidence. And so let that sink in for a little minute, okay? This isn't just gossip. This is a criminal case with real charges in real court. So where does Mike Marraccini come in? Well, this is where it gets interesting, right? Mike Marraccini is one of Laura's former romantic partners, and their relationship predates Clayton. And when Laura's pattern of deception starting to come to light, Michael did something bold. He turned over his personal laptop to investigators. And this is like an old laptop that was sitting God knows where. What did this reveal? It revealed key emails, files, digital breadcrumbs that helped blow her story wide open. And it was critical evidence that confirmed she had been falsifying her claims. And really, it's like over the top. This has been a couple years going on, and every day it seems like something else happens with this woman. And you would think she would be more focused on her 7 felonies. But no, not our Laura. You would think that the story ended there. No. So instead of backing away, Miss Laura has now filed a new domestic violence prevention petition against Mike, in San Francisco. Laura doesn't even live in San Francisco. And Mike, he's married. 2 children. Beautiful family. Okay. This isn't their first court entanglement. She had previously obtained an order of protection against him. And now she's doing it again, asking the court to step in and issue legal restrictions. But this time the context is very different because Mike has nothing to do with her. He's not in contact with her. In fact, I don't think he wants anything to do with her. I don't blame him. But yet, here she is, filing her paperwork. Girl. So, on July 23rd, 2025, Laura filed a motion with the court asking to waive live testimony and proceed entirely by written declaration. In other words, she doesn't want to show up in court and be cross-examined. She wants the judge to read her statement and make a ruling without questioning her directly. And 2 days later, she filed a declaration in support of a request to continue the hearing and a declaration of diligence to show that she tried to serve Michael with the paperwork. So let's pause. If someone is asking to avoid testimony, delay the hearing, and control the narrative through documents, what does that tell you? Well, spiritually, this doesn't read like someone in danger. It reads like someone trying to hold on to power. So we did our cards. I love these cards. You know, Lenormand. And here's what came through. We had the birds. We had the bouquet. And we had the star. Because you know I had to know. And because I'm invested in this case. Then we had the ring. And we had the tree. And then we had the garden. Sorry, messing up my hands. Then we had the garden. And then the heart. And the mountain. I pick based on my intuition. I just say, you know, I was basically saying while I'm shuffling my cards, like, what is happening? Tell me what's happening. So birds, bouquet, and star. That screams strategic communication. It's the kind of messaging that's sweet on the outside, but calculated beneath the surface. And it's someone that's trying to appear composed, kind, even inspiring, but all carefully crafted to influence perception. She's wordy, so I don't know how curated that stuff is, but we saw a little bit. Somebody, one of the content creators, read some of it. So the ring and the tree in the garden, this points to a connection that's being kept alive in the public, even though it's emotionally and spiritually over. Laura, it's over. Someone doesn't want to let go. That's her. And the ring says contract or bond. And the tree says long standing or rooted. And the garden says, let's keep this visible. And it feels like someone's trying to stay attached, even though it's only through court documents. I bet it just chaps her hide that he has a lovely family. And she's facing jail time. The heart and the mountain, well, this is the real dynamic here. One party still has emotion, still wants connection, maybe even revenge, which, yeah, of course. And it's dressed up as righteousness. And the other party is done, wants nothing to do with this. The mountain is a firm boundary. No contact, no emotion, just cold stillness. This isn't just a legal wall. It's an energetic one. So who will the court believe? And really, I had to buckle in for this one. Energetically, the odds are leaning in Michael's favor, okay? That depends on one thing. He's got to show up. I don't think he's going to ignore this because we did a little fundraiser. Megan Fox did a fundraiser for him, and I'm going to put the GoFundMe link in the description if you'd like to donate. And if you already have, thank you. He has to show up. He's got to come in with everything he has. because the court may just grant her request by default. And I certainly hope he's got that attorney going right now. But if he files a proper response, brings documentation, and tells the truth with clarity and calm, the judge will feel grounded in that energy. Because courts don't just respond to words, they respond to vibration, to energy, to presence. So what is the spiritual takeaway? Because this case is a teacher. It's not just about Mike and Laura. It's about what happens when you try to sever a soul tie and the other person won't let go. And when you stand in your truth and someone lies to stay connected, and you walk away and someone weaponizes silence, the law, or sympathy to pull you back in. And whether you're dealing with a toxic ex or a manipulative friend or a spiritual attack disguised as legal action, here's the truth. Your power is your peace, your strength is your clarity, and your freedom is in your energy. So you don't need to yell, you don't need to chase, you need to stand in your truth. And everything false will collapse around it. So let's do something together. Let's focus our energy on Mike's freedom, his victory, his win, his peace, his clarity. Let's turn our attention to him and send him all of that, and block our energy from focusing on her, even if it's just for a little bit, because we've got to act as if he's won. And I feel good about Mike's chances for winning. So if this reading spoke to you, and if you've ever tried to fight for your energy and you've ever felt the sting of being falsely accused, I see you. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts, because I'd love to hear your experience. And if you need help navigating your own energetic entanglements, book a private session with me at yourpsychicgirlfriend.com, because we can see the truth together. And this is Robin, your psychic girlfriend, and I will see you in the next one, because intuition does meet justice and energy never lies. See you in the next one.